Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries with Wealth Authority TV. And this is the show for the wealth authorities out there, the financial advisors, the wealth managers, and they're fighting the fine fight. They're doing a noble work to help people. And we want to have people who can help them. And one of our guests today does just that, Rhonda Sher. Rhonda, how are you today?
I'm great, Henry. How are you?
Better now that you're here. Why don't you tell the viewers about your work?
Well, since about 2009, what I've been doing is working with financial advisors, insurance professionals, service providers, actually showing them a couple of things on the LinkedIn world. What I like to say is, I like to show them how to get out of the LinkedIn Witness Protection Program so they can be positioned as the only logical choice. And then with compliance and all the restrictions that they have around them to still go from what I call overlooked to fully booked. Because what do financial advisors want? They want more people to talk to so they can help them manage their money, create retirements, and make sure that people don't run out of money before they die, right? So
It's
my
it's a noble work.
it sure is. And, it's kind of like the sign that I have in my kitchen, Henry. Mine says the kitchen came with the house because I'm not very good in the kitchen. People shouldn't do their own financial advising, right? They need somebody to manage their money. But when that's happening, what do they need? They need that trust factor. They need that like no trust factor. And for me, in the world that I live in, I show them how to do that within LinkedIn and within some of the networking groups that they work within, all making sure that they don't go awry of any of the compliance restrictions they have.
Right. Well, as the former VP of a international financial services organization, I know about compliance and our friends in compliance. I also talk about our friends at the IRS. So I'm not cynical. I just have a positive attitude on it, as it sounded like you do too. Okay, well, let me get to the hard-hitting question here. What can the financial industry do to improve the image of financial advisors?
Well, here's the thing. Most financial advisors are on LinkedIn. Whether they're active or not is not really relevant, but the reality is that Microsoft owns LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the largest business platform in the world, and they are ignoring their presence on that platform. So, what can they do? They can actually show up in a way that tells people who they are, who they work with, what people can expect from them, and also share a little bit, and not in a braggy way, but about their credentials. And also, I think this is one of the big missing things, Henry. They don't tell anything about themselves. They don't really
Hmm.
share who they are. And when you're going to quote unquote get naked with somebody financially, you want to have that comfort factor and know about them. In my own case, what got my husband and me to get really comfortable with our financial advisor is one of the first things he said was, I'm a third generation financial advisor. He grew up watching his father and his grandfather, and now his son is in the business. So there's four generations. And so it really, you don't have to tell everybody your life story, but a little something that gives you that trust factor that you know you're with the right person, that they're going to treat your money the way they would treat their own. And LinkedIn is a place that's chronological. So there's a place to tell people a little bit about yourself, your education, your accomplishments, and never ever go askew with what the compliance regulations are. Make sense?
It certainly does, and your story sparked a memory. I At Indie Books, we have an imprint called Wealth Authority Books, and we help financial advisors with books. And there's a recurring story that happens so often is that my father was in the business, or one was my wife was in the business, and these other people, family members, pulled them into the business. They saw the good work they were doing. It some of their misconceptions about what it is to be a financial advisor or wealth manager uh, evaporated when they saw the good work that an uncle did and how they helped people and all that. So thanks for that reminder on that. Well, we're almost out of time. Rhonda, was there anything you wanted to add before we said goodbye?
Well, I just wanted to share one quick thing. I recently started working with a financial advisor, a woman who is, 60 plus. And I said to her, who do you really work with? And she said, I'm really working primarily with baby boomer women because they have so many questions. They don't know when to take Social Security. They don't even understand about their ex-husband and whether they're, eligible to get their Social Security. They don't understand any of the mechanics of any of it. So again, coming back to your initial question, is, pick a lane, right? Some people are going to work with the younger folks, and others are going to work with the baby boomers, and some are going to be annuity focused, and some are going to be insurance, and some are going let people know what your approach is and who you work with. That's the easiest way to get referrals. And then when they come back to LinkedIn, they'll get to read your story and check you out, know if you're the right person.
Yeah. That's so true. One of our authors, they're all about Gen X and the troubles that Gen X have had. It's, they're the victims of undeserved financial fortunes. But also another one is Gen Z. He's all about Gen Z and setting them up for success and showing them that there is a way. So thank you for that. So that's all the time we have for today. So until our next episode, help those people stay healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Thanks, Henry.
Thanks, Rhonda.